Hey everybody! Today we're going to be reading chapter 25 of First Chronicles, and after I get done reading scripture, I'm going to explain what I think about it, how I feel about it, and I'm not an expert in scripture at all, so please do not lean on my understanding, but trust in the Lord for understanding and for guidance. And if I mispronounce any names, places, people, words, anything like that, I do apologize. And as always, I'm reading from my Bible. It is the New Living Translation, so the NLT for those who want to follow along. And before we get started, there are a lot of names in this chapter. And I'm gonna be skipping quite a bit of this. Honestly, almost the whole chapter. So I'm gonna just list the verses that I am gonna read, and I'll read that, and then um and then after that that's it. Then after that I'll just, say what I gotta say. But anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm reading verse 1. David and the army commanders then appointed the men from the families of Asaph, Heman, and Jethunim to proclaim God's messages to the accompaniment of lyres, harps, and cymbals. Here is a list of their names and their work. You know what? I am going to butcher this. I'm reading verses 2 through 5, and I am going to butcher the names, so I apologize, but these are little chapters where it's got some important information in it, and I need to read it. Okay. So from the sons of Asaph, there were Zachar, Joseph, Nathanan, and Asariel. They worked under the direction of their father Asaph, who proclaimed God's messages by the king's orders. From the sons of Jethunim, there were Gedaliah, Zeri, Jeshiah, Shimei, Hashabiah, and Mattaniah, 6 in all. They worked under the direction of their father Jethunim to proclaim God's messages to the accompaniment of the lyre, offering thanks and praise to God. From the sons of Heman, there were Bechiah, Mattaniah, Uzziel, Shubaniel, Jeremoth, Hananiah, Hanai, Eliath, Giltil, Rometi-Ezer, Josh, Bechiah, Meloth, Hothri, and Mahaziah. All these were the sons of Heman, the king's seer, for God had honored him with 14 sons and 3 daughters. Okay, so this is verse 6. All these men were under the direction of their fathers as they made music at the house of the Lord. Their responsibilities included the playing of cymbals, harps, and lyres at the house of the Lord. Asaph, Jethunim, and Heman reported directly to the king. They and their families were all trained in making music before the Lord, and each of them, 200 and 288 in all, was an accomplished musician. The musicians were appointed to their term of service by means of sacred lots, without regard to whether they were young or old, teacher or student. Alright, so verses 9 all the way to verse 31. I'm not reading because I'm not butchering them names again. I already butchered them and I'm not gonna butcher them again. All it does is just explain whoever got the first lot, second lot, third lot, and thus forth all the way down to the 24th lot. That's it. And thus ends the reading of chapter 25 of First Chronicles. So this chapter pretty much just explains the duties of the musicians, who all had to play a certain instrument, who all had to give thanks and praise the Lord, who all had to do certain things, as musicians. And this got me thinking about when I was in, hold on, I gotta think, what grade was I in? What grade was I in? Okay, when I was in fifth grade, I do remember playing the piano. I don't know if I played any other instrument, but I do remember playing the piano. And I do remember loving singing and dancing. And then when I was in the sixth grade, I remember playing the flute. That's when I started playing the flute. Wanted to play the violin, but they ain't have anymore, so I went with my second choice, which was the flute. So I was playing the flute from sixth grade all the way till 10th grade, till 10th or 11th grade. When I got to high school, I had stopped playing the flute when they switched band directors, and I didn't they switched band teachers, and I didn't like the new band teacher, so I had stopped playing. But yeah, I do remember playing the flute. When I got to my freshman year of high school, so when I got to ninth grade, literally, I do remember playing the piccolo. I remember playing the piccolo at that point, and I also remember playing the piano. No, I played the piano when I was in 10th. Either when I was in 10th or 11th grade. I think it was when I was in. It was one of those because I remember. Okay, I remember I had stopped. Band. I had stopped being in band, and that's when I had joined the piano class. So yeah. But basically my point is from fifth grade all the way to like 11th grade or whatever. I like in my childhood, I learned how to play. I learned how to play three instruments. I learned how to play the flute. I learned how to play the piccolo. And the flute and the piccolo is the same notes, same keys. It's just a higher pitch for the piccolo because it's smaller than the flute is, and you can hear it clearly um, over trumpets and stuff when they play, which was important when you were in a marching band because you wanted to be able to hear the flute section, which is why they had us play piccolos. So that way our sound can cut through the band and we can be heard. Because with the flute, you'll get drowned out by them trumpets and stuff every time. So, so I played the flute, played the piccolo, and then I played the piano. And with the piano, it was easy to learn because I had already knew how to read music and notes and stuff like that, from having to learn how to play the flute and the piccolo. So, it was easy to, learn how to play the piano. With the piano, it was just, you had to memorize where all the notes was on the keyboard so that way you could. But other than that, we were good. But yeah, I actually did well with the piano. I love the piano more than I did the flute and the piccolo. Because with the piano, I didn't have to, breathe and all that. Like, it was just finger motion. So I love that. But yes, I did love the piano. Um, but yeah, the musician thing, yeah, it's reminded me of that. It reminded me of my time as a child and how I learned how to play different instruments and stuff. It also reminds me of my time in church, growing up. I always loved to get on the keyboard and to listen to it play. I always loved listening to the musicians play. Always. And I just love the arts. I love the arts. I love performing arts. I love it. I love dancing. I love singing. I love music. I just love all of that. Like, I love the creative arts and the performing arts. I love it. I just love it. Like, I love that part of my school. Like, I love that part of my middle school and I love that part of my high school. Because, they normally designate them to their own area of the school and stuff. Um, so, like in middle school, there was literally a whole hallway. It was just nothing but performing arts and creative arts. It was great. The band room was over there. The orchestra room was over there. The art room was over there. Everybody was over there. And I was like, yes, love this part. Love this part of the high school. I mean, of the middle school. Love this part. High school, I think they were all separated. I think they were all separated. Oh, in high school, I love my home ec class. I love that class. I love that class where we was cooking and stuff. Well, we didn't really get to cook. We had to read the books and stuff a lot of the time and do papers and stuff a lot of the time. We didn't get to really really cook. We made some bread one time and then we made some ice cream one time. But I think that was about it. I don't think we made nothing else really because we didn't really get to cook up in there. But I loved it though. And then I love the interior design class that I had took where I had to literally draw my own floor plans for my future house and design it and stuff, with a budget. That was cool. It was super fun. I was in heaven, like learning all of the different housing styles and stuff and picking out fabrics and just and designing my stuff. It was just great. It was just so great. But yeah, I loved all of them fun classes though. Any class where I was creative, where I was creating something, like I loved it. Art class, loved it. Home ec, where we over here cooking, love it. Interior design, where we over here creating stuff, love it. Anything that's creative. Like, I love to create. I always have. And just, so, I love the musicians. It might not be, that's probably like a hobby or something. It's probably like a hobby or something, you know. I wouldn't say that I would turn it into a career. The only thing that I would turn into a career is if I'm so passionate about it and in love with it that literally like that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. But anything that I just like, that's then that's a hobby. That's a hobby. So all of the creative stuff, that could all be a hobby. Like I love going in furniture stores and just looking at the new stuff and everything. I love looking at the towels and all of the new stuff and everything. Like, it's fun. And y'all know I love eating. Y'all know I love to eat my money. I love to just go up in grocery stores and just look at the food. Shoot. Don't let it be like Sam's Club and they got taster and they got the taste, the taste stations and stuff. Like, shoot, I'd be tasting everything. Everything. Then a art museum or art gallery or whatever, I would love to go up in there and look at people art. Would love to, you know? Like, so these musicians hit close to home because they got me thinking about how how as a child I love music. I did. And that's how I made a lot of my friends, honestly, in band class and stuff. We would hang out together and everything, you know. The best part of like my musical, the musical season in my life was my freshman year of high school. Literally, because I was a part of the marching band. We had on our uniforms. We actually marched and stuff in our uniforms, and we traveled with the football team, and we played at all of their games and stuff, and we were there. We were there. We had dancers and everything else. It was it was legit. We even had to stay after school in order to do, you know, in order to practice our band formations and everything, on the field and stuff. Like we were doing the dang thing. Like we was. That was the best part of my musical season, of my life. I call it my musical season because literally that's what it was. That's what it was. Oh yeah, I remember. I also remember I used to be in a lot of dance stuff. Not that I think about it, now that I remember, cause I forget that I love dancing like that. Um, in fifth grade, I remember I was a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader, and then they had these people come and select kids who loved dancing and who wanted to perform and stuff. And we literally would go and we practice dancing, and then we had literally all of the people, we had the school come and watch us dance because we had literally performed, like we had practiced that dance for a long time. I can't remember what these people were called, but it was super cool though. Anyway, I remember when I was in like seventh or eighth grade or whatever, it was this after school activity called um I don't know, I don't remember what they were called in my fifth grade. I think they were called Hip Hop for Health. It was something like that. I don't know why that name stuck out in my head, but like yeah, Hip Hop for Health. I think that's what they were called. But anyway, when I was in like seventh or eighth grade though, like it was this after school activity. It was called the 21st Century Program, and like literally they had this like capoeira part. The 21st Century Program, it was a bunch of different things that we had to do, and we did it on different days after school. Like you do capoeira one day, which was the dance thing, and then they'll also teach you how to do the drums, African drums and stuff. And then the other day, you would like go to the library and you be a part of the book club, reading books and stuff like that. And then another day, you would do like other stuff. It was so cool. It was so fun. Oh yeah, when I was a part of that as well, I was also a part of the Girl Scouts. I was part of the Girl Scouts, and we went on a field trip to this salon where they had us get our nails done and our hair done, and we ate pizza and we had fun. It was super cool, and I got my badge. It was super cool, and it was just a fun time. Like growing up, I had fun in school. I had fun in school when the girls wasn't trying to jump me and when the guys wasn't being inappropriate. Like I had fun when all that stuff wasn't happening. I was myself. Literally, I went out, I had fun, I did the things that I was interested in. I had friends. I didn't have a lot because I like the small little knit, people, and I was just myself and I had fun. And I'm so glad that the Lord is bringing that girl in me out again, you know? And it's like in school, I did all of that stuff because of the school district that I lived in. I lived in the Normandy School District at that time. And it's like I wanted my resume to show that I wasn't just going to school and going home, that I was actually active in different activities, and that I actually, had a resume. I was trying to put myself in a position where I have a future, you know, because it was already, I felt like I was already gonna be looked down upon because I was a part of the Normandy School District, and we had a reputation back then. So, so yeah, like I had to maintain my grades, which that wasn't hard. I like school. Maintain my grades, had to maintain my relationships, had to, be in activities and just be a well-rounded kid, you know, and I was. But when I got older, when I went to high school, I mean when I left the Normandy School District and when I joined the Florissant school district and stuff, the Ferguson Florissant school district and stuff, like it was different. Like the school had a good reputation, so I didn't have to do all that stuff. I didn't have to do all that anymore. I just maintained my grades, and I still did certain things, while I was there. Like um I was a part of a certain program or whatever where I helped out in the main office, and I always took a gym class because I wanted to stay fit. Even though I had all my gym credits and stuff, I took a gym class because I always wanted to stay fit. And then and then I forgot what else I did there, in all honesty. I forgot what else I did. I don't think I did any after school stuff. I don't think I did. But I had fun though. I had fun. I had fun. Like this chapter just got me thinking about my childhood, like my school life, like what all extracurricular activities I did in school. I forgot that I had that kind of fun. In all honesty, I forgot that I did all of that. Like it's it's like it make me happy. It's like a bittersweet thing. Like it makes me happy knowing that I did all of that and that I actually had fun. and that there were some positive moments in my life growing up, that it wasn't all toxic. But it makes me sad though that I lost that, you know, that I got so into taking care of other people and stuff to the point where I forgot about me. I legit forgot about me. Like, I should draw again. Like, I should dance again and sing again and play instruments again and be my creative self. Like, I should do that again. Like, I want to get back to doing that again. I remember we went to Six Flags. The seniors, my senior year, we went to Six Flags. That was so much fun. I was upset because I had brought food, right? Me loving to eat, right? I brought food, right? Because I didn't feel like I didn't have a lot of money to spend at Six Flags. I only had like what, $25 or something to spend at Six Flags or whatever. I didn't have a lot of money. I think I had $25 or $50. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of money to spend at Six Flags, and neither did my friend that I was going with. But it was these two guys who both had $100 apiece, and they literally took care of us they literally took care of us the whole entire time that we was at Six Flags. It was so cute. Um, I say it was cute because one of the guys liked my friend, and then the other guy, by the time we got done, spending the day together at Six Flags and stuff, I think he liked me. But like, it was cute though, because like they were being little gentlemen, and they were, literally buying us food and stuff, and we was getting on the rides together and everything. It was funny. Why after we ate, they wanted to get on this ride where they strap you in, and then you just be spinning around in a circle like super fast, and then it like goes up, and then it like goes down. Like, I didn't want to do that. I did not get on that ride. I did not want to do that after I just ate. No. No, we're not doing that. Because I'm going to get sick. And I don't want to throw up on nobody. And I don't want nobody to throw up on me. So I was like, no, I'm standing here. So I think all three of them went on the ride together. And I think all three of them went on the ride together. And then after that, I think my friend had threw up. Of course, I knew somebody was, but it was so much fun. Ooh, I remember when we got these. Wait, no, I didn't get these. Okay, we had met up with. Okay, so like, since it was a field trip and it was the senior class that was going, it was a lot of us. Um, we was all in different groups. So me and my group, we met up with some other people. Like, we saw all of our other different groups and stuff around Six Flags. Whenever people had food and they was like, help us eat this, shoe, we helping you eat it. We helping you eat it. Like, it was a group that had got some funnel cakes. They were huge, and they had ice cream and stuff like that on it. Man, we were over here helping them eat that. It was this one that had like syrup and bacon and stuff like that on. It was good. It was good. Like, when I go back to Six Flags one day, I might get one. I might get one of those. I might, cause my eating habits is different now. So like, back then, I would have tore that up. But like, now though, I don't know if I'll eat that. I'll probably just get a plain funnel cake or something, or with some strawberries or something on it. I don't know. But like, but yeah, that I want to try one of those. And then, you gotta get a turkey leg, right? You gotta get a turkey leg. And then, let me see, what else did we eat? Oh, them Dippin' Dots. Them Dippin' Dots. I'm gonna have to get some of them. And then what else am I gonna have to get? Oh yeah, they got a Red Robin there. Have to eat there. And they got a Panda Express. Gotta eat there. And I think that's it. I think that's them, the foods right there. Didn't want to go nowhere else to eat. And then you gotta try all of the rides and stuff. You gotta try all of the stuff. And then I do want to go to the water park though. I'm gonna bring my swimsuit and go to the water park. Since this was a field trip for us and everything, we didn't have no swimsuits and stuff. We wasn't allowed to go to that area of the of Six Flags, but we was supposed to get on rides and stuff. So that's what we did, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know what? I should go by myself one day. I should straight up go by myself one day. I should. I should go to Six Flags one day. Like, just pay to get in, go get on all the rides and stuff myself, eat myself, and just have a good dang time. And then drive back home. I should. I should. Because in all honesty, it's like if you go with someone, like, I don't even know if they gonna want to get, you gotta find someone that's like you when you go. So that way y'all can do everything together. Like, you don't want to go with someone who ain't gonna get on the rides and stuff, but you want to get on all the rides. Like, no, you can't do that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, it's this one ride. It's called the Superman. That was fun. That was fun. I was trying to remember what it was called, but yeah, that was fun. Would love to get on that. Would love to get on that again, because it was beautiful when you got to the top. It was gorgeous. You saw the whole park and outside the park. It was gorgeous. It was. It truly was. But yep, when they dropped you though, your stomach comes. Okay, so you know how like your stomach be down here. It's like when they drop you, your stomach go all the way up here, like, and then when it slow down, it drop back down. It's a feeling. It's a feeling, but it was still fun though. Yeah, I wanna be a kid again. I wanna do kid stuff again. But yeah, I'm gonna start out by doing free stuff. I'm gonna start out by doing some free stuff, and then after I do the free stuff, then we'll start gradually doing stuff that costs money as we save up. But yeah, I want to start being a kid again. I want to do fun stuff that interests me. I don't want to be stuck here in the house. So yeah, this chapter in the Bible really did get me thinking about my childhood and all of the creative stuff that I used to do and loved, and how that little girl is still in me. It's still in me. She got buried because she was doing too much, taking on other people's responsibilities that she ain't had no business doing, and just a whole lot of stuff. But she coming back out, and I'm happy. Like, I miss, like, y'all, I miss skating. I miss going skating, and I miss going bowling, because them was always cheap activities to do, always. And I miss going to the movies, you know, like, all depending on which movie theater you go to. It's cheap for a movie, all depending on where you go, you know. Like I miss that. I miss all that. So yeah, I'm finna be doing that. Yeah, yeah, I'm finna be doing that. But thank y'all so much for listening. I love you. Jesus loves you. And have a blessed day. Bye.